unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And, Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master ice. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right, welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially, and this is the weekly wrap up special Saturday edition. As usually we are live on Fridays, but had things to do, so we are here today. Saturday, we are not here for a long time, but a good time. So hopefully everybody is doing well. And as you were coming into this broadcast, please hit that like button, share this out on your social media. And if you're watching on X, come on over here to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the Beatzilla PDX official YouTube channel. And hit that notification bell, hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. Also, if you would like to support this channel, you can do so by way of joining. And just hit that join button and become a member of this channel. Still some things that I didn't get a chance to get to last week that I do want to do. So just be on the lookout, members. And of course, we will do that roll call at the end of this broadcast. So with that being said, we are going to get right on into things. Hopefully, you can hear me. And I see Rose City in the building. What's going on, good brother? I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Black First. And we also have Judah Yisrael in the building already. Good to see you here, my good sister. Always a pleasure to have you in the building. Hope all is well out your way. And thank you for being a moderator and a member. So, as people are coming in, we will go ahead and get rolling. We got RBJ from South Carolina in the house. Hold on just 1 second. Okay. All righty. And like you said, Black First from South Carolina. Good to see you in the building. Thank you for being here. Lady F in the building. Good to see you here, my good sister. Black First. Yes, glad I caught the live. I'm glad you did too. Thank you for being here and being a member. So, the few things of news that I do want to hit. This Daniel Penny thing. And I guess Alvin Bragg might be feeling a little heat, as it turns out, because now he's trying to make sure he gets a conviction on Daniel Penny, which had he been a little more hands-on at the beginning and should have, because this is a major case. He was more they were more focused on the whole Trump thing. But this actually matters. So now that we're here, I think we're seeing a lot of people turning around. We're seeing some of these political officials pivot. We're seeing the black church pivot. I mean, and for them, it's really odd that, let's go after Al Sharpton. No, you can just go after your whole ecumenical situation, because before you get to Al Sharpton, what about Jamal Bryant and Bishop J. Drew Sheard? I think those two elements also need to be addressed as well. Oh, as well as Kamala's pastor, the same one that sent his NAACP letter in recommendations against cash payments See, it's all intertwined. And that also, I believe, plays a large part in why Kamala Harris lost. Should make sense. But that pastor was Amos Wilson. "Huh, I'm gay, but I'm godly." They introducing all type of stuff for the sake of the Democratic agenda. So I know there's got to be some money behind that. That's just not blind movement and following and going against your own doctrine to do. So clearly, a lot of people, there's other uh, fingers to be pointed at and shame and guilt to go around. Because at the end of the day, the black church sold out black folks a long time ago. And we told you what time it was. Now they're even getting around to kind of admitting that black folks wasn't rocking with Kamala Harris because she ain't black. And so the fact that they kept forcing that down our throats ended up manifesting itself in rejection. Now they're finally accepting that. But then you still have the other ones that are, no, she's black. She's a black one. They just didn't want to, she's not black. And ain't how many times you repeat it, she ain't going to be black. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I see we got some more folks coming in here. Oh, we got Simply Sandra in the building. Good to see you, my good sister. Thank you for being here. Hey, brother Beats and fam. We and the hubby, the hubby and I just got back in from power walking. Right on. Right on. So y'all right on time. Salute to both of y'all. Thank y'all for being here and being a member. Appreciate it. And we got our good sister Faith Speaks Life in the building. Peace. Be Royal Black. I made that be B1. Royal Brother and Chat. Salute to you, my good sister. Thank you for being here and being a member. And Oyela's Cadence in the building as well. Good to see you, my good sister. Thank you for being here as well and being a moderator. And so, like I said, Alvin Bragg is kind of feeling the heat. And so it says, this is out of the National Review. The headline reads, "Unbelievable. At Bragg's insistence, judge dismisses the reckless homicide count to force jury to consider negligent homicide." And this is written by Andrew C. McCarthy. Obviously, he's a little upset. Yeah, he might just be just a tad bit bothered. Judy Israel said, "You notice these Sambos were shaming us for saying that Kamala ain't black while their president told us we aren't black if we don't vote for him." Facts. Facts. Oh my goodness. All right. So the hypocrisy just always sticks out, doesn't it? Judge Maxwell Wiley reads an Allen charge to the jury in the trial form. Okay, I guess that's just describing the picture. In Daniel Penny's homicide trial, the jury has been deliberating on one charge, reckless homicide, second-degree manslaughter. For 4 days, over close to 30 hours, today jurors have been Allen charged to try to strong-arm them into deciding the count, despite indicating after 3 days that they were deadlocked. Late this afternoon, after banging heads for a few more hours, the jurors reported that they are hung. Are we seeing people on their code? They can't unanimously agree on the charge. I think we all saw what we saw. Now, this, I guess, is they're looking at it as different than Derek Chauvin and a knee on the neck. But for them, in this case, in like the jurors, they saw the video. So what was different? Oh, you know what was different in this case? The jurors were the only ones who saw the video and not the world. So you see how they could have padded up the response to George Floyd. So that's why they did that this go around. Fortunately for them, it's in New York. So you can, because it's federal, you have so many ways to make sure things don't get out. There's no cameras in the courtroom for federal cases. So you kind of had a win-win there. That's why you got the drawings. And they're really whack too. I mean, those are some. And why is somebody in a mask? One of the jurors is wearing a COVID mask. Like, why are you? Ain't nobody else in the courtroom got no mask on. This person's sitting up there in a mask. Like, stop. I wonder. Yeah, let's wonder who the jurors are that are holding this up. I said, okay, you could just look at the drawings. Even as crude as they are, I think I got it. So now Manhattan, this dude over here in the National Review, he pissed off, baby. So now Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's strategy is to tell the jurors, never mind, the Judge Maxwell Wiley is accommodating him. Judge Wiley has granted the DA's motion to dismiss one count as if it had never been in the case, as if the last 4 days never happened, in order to have the jury move on to count 2, criminally negligent homicide. Mind you, as I explained earlier today, the jurors were not supposed to consider count 2 unless they acquitted on count 1 for some reason other than acceptance of Penny's justification defense. Somehow that just doesn't sound right, though. Because again, now he's innocent to proven guilty, but the way that that's worded, I don't think, you just can't skate past another charge when both of them are on the table. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not a lawyer, but okay. It says justice defense, i.e., that he was justified in using force because of the threat posed to himself and others on the train, others on train passengers by Jordan Neely. Again, Jordan Neely was not assaulting anyone. He wasn't even touching anyone's person. I live in Portland, Oregon. You hear crazy people flipping out all over the Northwest. From here to Seattle, you can see that. Shoot, in California. Wigging out. I mean, it is common to see that. Nowhere in this city am I seeing somebody at a bus stop running behind some. I mean, because you could see this every day here. And it ain't our folks, by the way. I mean, every day. So, it's something to consider. Now they're trying to spin this, and these folks are upset. Alvin Bragg now, like I said, I think he's feeling the pressure and like, yeah, you better come through with a win, because guess who is up for re-election? And he has a challenger. So he can't afford to lose no black support right now. So now he's turning on the dime and like, okay, we're going to try to get something. That's why you're seeing these types come out the woodwork. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, man, he's totally unfair, man. Oh, that dude's a hero, bro. No, he's not. Like I said, I live in Portland, Oregon. We see crazy people screaming on bus stops, on street corners, standing in just today in the middle of the street. And again, once again, it's not our people. This is one opportunity to say, oh, he was freaking out and how I felt. Oh, I was going this way. Are you kidding? From those people on this train, let me tell you, man, I can see old little white ladies in this city walk right on around They ain't worried about nobody crazy talking like that, especially at 115 pounds. You see how little that dude was? Are you kidding? No. Oh man, boy, that little dude gonna get us. You're on the subway train. You know how to alleviate being around the problem or threat? Go to the next car. But to come behind somebody, now we're literally talking about why we have to figure out how this is off. You come behind somebody who is not touching anyone and you choke the man out the world. I don't know where that's not first degree deletion. Where? If it was me doing it, well, he wasn't harming anybody. Yeah, he threatened to do harm to everybody, but he didn't touch anybody. Guess where I'm going, folks? You really think they're going to be up here saying, oh, he was a hero? These people are sick. This world is sick. This country, that's why we have talked about societal indictments, is sick. Moreover, the case was not presented to the jury as one count negligent case or a one count negligent case. It was presented for many weeks as a 2-count case with emphasis on recklessness. That still exists. While this prosecution should never have happened, the case presents what is not even arguably more than a negligence question. Did Penny act unreasonably in holding the chokehold too long? Yes. It is, for I don't know how many people have ever been in a chokehold or put somebody in a chokehold. There is zero reason to be holding somebody in the same pressure point at 6 minutes. There's only one thing you could possibly be doing, because if you're trained in this maneuver, then you know exactly what you're doing in the first place. So it's no mystery. So criminally, I don't know. I don't see how, again, can we remember they're calling him a hero? So that means this dude is trained. And one of the most classic moves of subduing, all of a sudden, it was an accident. But you said this dude was a hero. Is it me? First degree scumbag. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Sensei FBA Marv, good to see you in the house, man. Thank you for being here on this good Saturday. Appreciate it. And Sybil in the house. Good to see you, my good sister Sybil. Evening. Thank you for being here. And that is the societal indictment of it all. America is simply anti-Black. That's a fact. That is a fact. So, so they're upset at Bragg, but I'm not mad at what he did. So this cat. Let me skip down a little bit. Now, after the jury could not find Penny guilty of recklessness after 4 days, and how disturbing is it that one or more jurors apparently in favor of doing so, the judge is letting Bragg remove the recklessness count from the case. It will go down as an acquittal for Penny on that charge, so he is no longer facing a potential 15-year prison term. For the jury, however, it makes the hard work of the last 4 days pointless. Oh, I'm sure you're just so broken up about their time. Stop it. That's crazy. Wiley dismissed the jury for the weekend with the news that they must come back to court Monday morning to start from scratch, deliberating over count 2, negligent homicide. The potential term on that charge is up to 4 years imprisonment. That's a huge difference for a person who was not harming anyone and got his life taken from behind in such a cowardly manner, and now they're calling him a hero. Like this dude, see, what Jordan Neely is, if you see what these people have really been doing, they're trying to George Floyd Neely, this little dude, and what they want you to picture in your mind is George Floyd, big dude. And you are seeing folks staying on code in a major way. In a major way. So, you know, looks like they family ain't getting the justice that they deserve. There were a few folks that went out there and had, you know, they chimed in on it. Let's see, do I have that in here? The one brother, the activist out of New York, was a Hawk Newsom. He was I know he's down with that one guy on they have the like the anti-Tariq Nasheed counter reparations movement going. So they say, you know, all right. Anyway, that's neither here nor there for right now. This brother is standing in the gap for this family. And, you know, this is what he had to say.
Call him a hero. Daniel Penny be a hero if Jordan Neely was white? No. He'd be a man that went too far. But that's America. Black lives do not matter to you. They didn't matter in the 2000s. They didn't matter in the 50s and 60s. They didn't matter in the 1800s. Black lives do not matter in America. Black people don't mean anything to white America.
Oh, you know, I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. He is correct. You know, he is absolutely correct. And that has been the societal indictment of this place. And, you know, we're going to get to addressing it. Because at the end of the day, we have one common problem. And, you know, I don't think people can wrap their minds around all of it. However, where do I want to go next? Oh, quick side note. Remember I did that video about Nigerians being turned away for visas? It seemed like that's becoming a thing. That's an actual thing that's starting to happen. So I'm wondering, again, now they know Trump is coming into office, so you know the US is going to start acting accordingly. So let's check this out.
President-elect Donald Trump have said that he's going to stop giving visas to Nigerian specialists, especially doctors, lawyers, engineers, scientists, nurses. He's going to stop giving visas to these specialists, that they should stay in Nigeria and help the Nigerian people. How come you're trained in Nigeria? You went to school in Nigeria. You went to university in Nigeria. Nigeria actually trained you to be qualified. And then you pack your bags and your family, you go to another country to go and help the people in those countries. And then when you are old and walking sick, you come back to Nigeria. And then when you are sick, in your old age, you want the Nigerian hospital that you did not contribute to with your specialism to be treating you. Now, listen to this. But Donald Trump has said he's going to stop giving them visas. Also, the Nigerian government should pay them well so that they can stay in Nigeria and actually enjoy their profession and be prosperous in their profession. That way, we won't have the problem.
Yeah, she's correct. She's correct. Or is she? Because, you know, is it all about the pay? You know what I'm saying? Is it all about the pay? Oh, man. And I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think it's a lot deeper than that. It's about the culture. Because what they told that Nigerian woman on the piece that I did on the lady over in London, they told her she don't have no ties here. That's why you can't come here. You don't even have enough ties there. And so obviously America's sending the message out here like, yeah, let them know, nope. You ain't been in the UK long enough. You ain't finna make your way over here and start blending in. No, we're not gonna have that. And so you're seeing government-induced delineation. I guess going back to, the original intent, and that's what, Trump has already spoke on. That's why all these people are like, oh, our citizenship and this and that. Yeah, it could be in jeopardy. Yeah, that could be. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, going back to, I want to play that there, or would I just play this? Oh, I'm looking at the people who are Kamala supporters and even still Biden supporters, Democrat supporters over as a whole. And I think I want to just walk this down. Bro. Oh man, I see we got some people over on X. Why don't y'all come on over here to the YouTube channel? I'm sure there's some burners, some burners over there on the X channel watching right now. Go ahead and put a heart emoji in the chat if you're over here through your burner account on X. Oh Lord. Something I have never been is a person that spent a lot of time on personal issues. So as to staying on what I do, we are going to get to it. Here's something that I found real interesting. This reel here is a lot of Kamala supporters, or well, one at least, still believes she'll be in the White House. These videos are after she lost. There's a problem here. There is a problem here.
Vice President Harris did her own chess move. At a gathering with donors, she said we will not be blinded by our blessings. See you in 2025. I repeat, see you in 2025. She didn't say 2028. She's about to do a boss move, and I love it. She knows the election for president for the next term starts now. She looks like she's ready. She looked great. She smiled. She actually looked like a boss. Does she know something that we don't know in 2025? Is she plotting as a Democratic leader to do something big? To get in the way of Republicans and Trump? Is she ready to take her throne? Is she ready to come back and be one of the greatest comeback stories of all time?
So I want to tell you guys something. I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. I just knew Kamala was going to win. So I thought, oh my God, she's doing this housing boom and like she's going to build all these houses and I want to help her and I'm going to run for congresswoman. Okay, so that didn't happen. But we cannot give up. You guys, look around the world. Look at South Korea. Look at Georgia. Look at France. Look at all these places. Even the UK is saying, no. We are not siding with you, President-elect. We're not. So we have to be strong right now. I'm employing everybody to look at everything that's going on.
I had to put on my dark Brandon shades to drop this prediction. This prediction is not going to sit well with MAGA. MAGA, there's some surprises coming for you. Here's the big surprises. We know Joe Biden is laying a lot of booby traps, a lot of IEDs, a lot of landmines in place for Donald Trump. So there's not going to be a peaceful transition of power, transfer of power. It ain't happening. Donald Trump is never, ever going to set foot in the White House.
All right, y'all. So, I'm trying to keep the faith. If DT is going to be, all right, but I feel like the American people deserve to know with clarity if everything was valid. You feel me? If everything was valid. Sign this petition. Sign this petition so we can demand it. We're almost at 6K signatures. I'm sharing it. Everybody's sharing it. Share it. Sign it if you want to keep the faith.
What?
Because I know I'm not the only one who feels like something just wasn't right.
All of that January 6th talk, all of that election denying talk. And now y'all sound just like them folk. What's even crazier is your leaders aren't even inspiring that. Here's my problem. Look at all of the faces that you just saw. Black folks don't give a crap about no Democrats that much. That's why the couch won. So to sit up here and start talking crazy and talking like insurrectionists, whoever's behind that is hella hoppy. That is, and we already knew that. Yeah, Judah Israel said hypocrisy at its finest. One thing that we already know about them Democrats is that they have absolutely been hypocritical this entire time. One thing that bothers me is how easily our folks are duped. I find that tremendously disturbing. Like I told y'all on the last broadcast, I've been like watching some of these bad pastor breakdowns and seeing how some of these folks, man, they be just scamming. And people go into this looking for enlightenment. And I'm talking about getting straight scammed. And then these same pastors and preachers will also take money from the Democrats to push the Democratic agenda on them. So you literally got a woman in your church. Matter of fact, Barack Obama just did this the other day. Now, it wasn't in church, but they keep pushing this idea about you don't have to hold on to your morals and you could set your morals aside to be with the collective. Man, let me tell you something. That is the making of Satan. And you should wonder again. Right now, we sit at a win as the grassroots. And of course, that's a win in continuing to go forward. But nonetheless, what you have seen right now, this is a Democratic Party in debt in one election. NAACP, they spent what, 20 something million to help the Democrat down ballot agenda. That you ain't helping black folks, you're just helping Democrats. That's not Black America. You know what I'm saying? And so let me show you something. Like I said, they keep throwing these suggestions out there. And one of the reasons is because intersectionality and feminism, that agenda has taken a great big hit, and that agenda is actually how they get to everything else. So let me play you old Barry and what he's still trying to get out here and push.
The election proved that democracy is pretty far down on people's priority list. Pluralism is not about holding hands and singing Kumbaya. It is not about abandoning your convictions. It is about recognizing that in a democracy, power comes from forging alliances and building coalitions and making room in those coalitions, not only for the woke, but also for the waking.
What does that mean? Not also for the woke, but also for the waking. What does that mean? I'm confused. That's an interesting choice of words there. Rose said they take their black asses up to the Capitol like those white folks did. They will learn white supremacy to its fullest. Oh boy. Listen here. I look at that as like when we were seeing everybody coming out with their guns and whatnot. Again, being in a state that has militias. I know what the real white militias look like. You can go to any gun show out here on the West Coast and you'll see them. So you would know like, oh, okay, that's what they are. You don't see none of them. You only see them at the gun shows. And maybe at the outdoor store, you'll run into these people. But outside of that, they're not going to be coming out here like, we're going to march with our guns. When you see that is, what of that is theater. Because these true blue supremacists out here, they're not doing that. And for the Tario and Gibson and all of them, I'll never forget running up on Tario. Hey, he doing 20 damn years now. How'd that work out? This cat, Enrique Tario, and his other buddy, they're sitting over here at because like during the vid, our mall was kind of dying down, so there were a lot of places that were closed because of the civil unrest. But me and my wife just so happened to have to drive by one empty parking lot one day. And who did we see in conversation with police? Tell you, man, we used to see these people all the time. I thought that dude lived here. It's like he's from Florida. What? Then who's paying for that? So when I'm saying theater, I mean that's like you're seeing it for a reason. Now, granted, what they will do is they'll burn these guys. They'll totally burn these guys. But yeah, I've seen them all. Down to Tiny Tawasi. I'm pretty sure he's doing time right now because, oh man, they were putting batteries in these. Because I guess, you put a check in the back, it'll go far. But this is what I've been saying since day one. And this is why a lot of the looting ended here. A big reason why the looting stopped and all of the burning and all of that stopped here is because our community said we condemn that. And guess what happened? Them folks, all of them, what the hell are we hearing here? Oh, okay. Somebody's dogs outside must be colliding. But anyway, the Black community here, we submitted a letter. A few of us here in the community, we signed this letter and made sure that they knew we, as a collective community, condemn all of that, the burning and looting. We wasn't with that, and that doesn't represent or reflect who we are as Black Portland. That is not us. So once we did that, immediately stuff started stopping. And so now when you have like all of these other movements, you can't attach that to Black folks. But they was trying hella hard. So this is just how I see what I was seeing. My feeling is both sides were being paid to be the distraction. If that makes sense. And so as it's political fuel and a political distraction, because what you're looking at, people see, oh, look at these white boys. They're walking through with their Nazi flag. Really? I in my high school days and young man still, on the more romp side of things, we would go out on Saturday, Friday nights because it'd be known sometimes skinheads would hang out downtown on Broadway. So let's go on down there. Let's go, see if we can't see something. So when I see a lot of these people nowadays, they're like, man, look at them, man, I'm scared. What the hell are you talking about? We used to go out looking for these folks. That's where I'm from. That's the type of lane I'm from. I know that's different for a lot of people, but realistically, yeah, that's what we was on. Yeah. Because somebody want to drop something. So we can't show up all together. So somebody gotta go. My uncle was young. He was wild. My uncle was wild. What he would do was he would go with his white friends and then go to the most non-Blackish area of the state. And then he goes in. Sit in there. So, somebody gonna say something to him. My grandma, the last time them folks called my grandma, was like, you got to collect calls. You like, tell him this will be the last time. And the last time was that last time. The next time he got caught up in a situation like that, like, okay, I told you to stop going out there for fun cause of these situations, just because they wanted to go jump on somebody. So they go bait a bunch of racists to go get their asses whooped. And so, like I said, so I'm saying all this to say the real true blue to the core anti-black white supremacists, most of them are not going to be coming out and being like, you're a nigga. They ain't not doing that. They don't want to be seen as that. They know they that, but they don't want to be seen as that. You could go to some of these most rural areas and they'll look you dead in your face and tell you, no, I'm not racist. I just don't like them. Why not? Oh, I just don't know. I mean, they're criminals. They have they don't have the ways that we have. Like if you ever actually talk to a real true blue supremacist, he will not be able to really put his finger on what it is about black folks. So again, you have to understand the psyche into the way that they are thinking. And out here, you get a real true blue understanding of it. You hear me? So these people are deranged, man. Hopefully, our folks can get back to sanity and understand that black agenda is really where it's at. And your focus should not be anywhere else. But right now, we're still, y'all know that picture that with the women and whatnot sitting up there watching the city burn. Do y'all understand people are still trying to push that line like it was, like we didn't already know that they were pushing a gender divide then. But now it's even more so. So again, when you see the gender divide, that's usually always should be a red flag. Anytime you see it, everywhere you see it, let that be a red flag. Rose said, I grew up in North Louisiana. I've worked with those racist bastards. I know them very well. Thank you. And yeah, down there, yeah. Yes, sir, Bob. That would be around an area that you would have a very good experience. That in Arkansas too. You get a good understanding of what time it is. But I hope, I guess it's a gift and a curse for those of y'all who don't have these experiences. I guess it's a gift and a curse because some of our folks will see these people and get scared. It's like, no, you ain't got to be scared. You got to be scared about the people you don't see. And I don't tell you to be scared at all. What I do tell you to do is always stay vigilant and be mindful of what you're around and understand there's nothing like being around your own folk, for better or for worse. There is nothing like that. So, I mean, there's that part. So let me see. Where shall I go real quick? While these people over here talking like damn insurrectionists, you got Obama talking about pluralism. Like, Negro, what? Pluralism. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't think so, though. That's that universalism talk. I don't think so. I don't think so. So what I'm going to do right now, before I get, because again, we're not going to be here long this evening. I just wanted to touch on a couple things. Let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. Boston. Wow. So this sister has had some legal issues, and I say sister loosely. I know. Technically, she's Cape Verdean. And if we listen to Amber Rose, I don't believe she would identify as black. Maybe she's identifying black now because it's convenient. But yeah. So trouble in Boston. And, you know, remember when they told with the mayor, the Chinese woman, they was like, she's the first woman of color mayor of Boston. I'm like, what? Y'all don't stop. That woman got Caucasian on her paperwork. You don't get out of here. So let me see. So they are calling for this woman to resign. They on this lady's top, I guess, for, you know, corruption. She's been arrested. I'm sure you've seen the video of her like flaming out in any whatever proceeding they were. I guess their city council meeting or whatever. But yeah, let me just go ahead and let.
The day after a Boston City Councilor Tanya Fernandez Anderson was arraigned on federal corruption charges, Mayor Michelle Wu is again calling on her to step aside, arguing the city council's credibility is at stake. Paul Burton has more.
All right, I'm back. I can't stand when that happens. Okay. Come on, StreamYard. Everybody can share videos without, you know, without issues. Let's do it.
And has more.
The city has to continue doing our business.
Can y'all hear this? Can y'all hear the video playing? Let me know if y'all can hear. I want to make sure that you guys are hearing what I'm hearing. Let me know. Yes. Okay. Good.
There's still a legal process that has to play out. She believes the city councilor should resign.
It is of the nature that is going to undermine the ability for the public to trust and have effective representation in this case. So I think I've made my views clear on that.
Anderson left
under the bus.
Saying,
no, we're not commenting.
She is something about what this woman did, which kind of like raised my eyebrow, is she did the like Tiffany Henyard thing. y'all ain't gonna do like yeah. She went Tiffany Henyard on him, which was kind of interesting.
the city council was arrested at her Dorchester home on Friday by federal agents. According to the
Oh no. Come on now. You can't go in there screaming on them folks when you done did that. Oh no. I didn't realize all of that. She went in there screaming on the people, you're not gonna do this. Blah, 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 blah. Are you kidding? Ma'am, this is a cold hustle. And you just gonna launder this money right in front of their faces. So I'm gonna go into this bathroom and we go like you're doing this thing to where they can see you doing this on camera. Now you can't go out there and act like somebody's you guys are falsely coming after me. Come on now.
Including wire fraud and theft concerning programs receiving federal
Folding as
Mayor Wu says she has not spoken with Anderson directly since her court appearance. She says she plans to work with the city council president and the city council as a whole to continue to move things forward.
the responsibilities under our charge are the ones that impact people's lives the most.
Anderson is also accused of lying to the city by hiding the fact that she was related to the staff member.
It's a mess. Oh yeah, now this totally makes sense why she doing the whole I'm a black woman, y'all. And as I stand here for black women, I stand for black women. Right here, I'm as a black woman. Oh no, contraire, mon frere. Cape Verdeans, stand up right now, Cape Verdeans. Yeah, that's what she need to be saying over here now. That's a black, and as she's getting as you'll if you watch it, she's getting hype, and you hear the accent coming out. The accent starts just popping out. Blood God. No, but no, it's kind of so weird. It's a weird accent. That Cape Verdean accent is like it has a weird draw to it, but nonetheless,
she faces 20 years in prison for the wire fraud charge and up to 10 years for the theft charge. Anderson this set and surrendering her pass.
Wow. Ooh, that's all bad, ain't it? Okay, come on now. Remove that, please. There we go. Okay, done with that. Oh, Lord. So that's what's going on in Boston. That's a problem. Lost connection to the audio on my screen. Wait a minute. Hopefully you still can hear me. Let me see something. Check. Okay. Yeah, you can still hear me. I don't know why I said I lost my sound. So I'm getting odd messages now. So let's see. Where are we going next? Oh man. That's you in a bad way when your mayor throw you under the bus. That's not good. That is not good at all. Like, yeah, you need to resign. The charges are bad enough, Yikes. I mean, granted, she's kind of right. She's definitely right. But anyway, something that I'm gonna touch on real quick is there are questions out here for some reason. Well, I can't say that. There are just lies that are out there about my lineage, which really doesn't make any sense. But nonetheless, for those of you here, you know why it doesn't make sense, because again, I've done broadcasts on historical people out of my own family, letting you know where I hail from right here. So there's been this person who is obviously jilted for whatever reason. They've had me blocked for years, but needed to come out of the woodworks to tell everybody that they heard me say I'm from South America. By South America, do you mean Arkansas? I've consistently told you my family's from Arkansas. As long as I've been here, pretty much have always told you that in Tyler, Texas. You could go down there and there are towns with our names on them. Not Afro-Latino. No. But you know, the funny thing about it is that why you're hearing the Latino lie is because it has to cover up what the initial problem was. See, what I was referring to actually would have been something you could know by this, if you could see it. And I put this in the, this will be in the description for those who, I guess, some people come from certain school systems that did not teach them anything about the Louisiana Purchase. So what they are missing is that this huge chunk in the America, which would include Louisiana and Arkansas as well, were actually owned by France. And so France had their own slave trade, but they also had their own slave ships. So they brought their slaves. That is a humongous chunk of land. That woman traveled to every continent and think you're not Black American. The idiocracy of it all. It's amazing. But Code Noir. This is telling you about the slave trade in French America. That's why some of us, Black folks, will say we do have French also. Right? You hear that often with Black folks. Black folks have often said, and so that's not new to somebody say, oh yeah, we got French in our family. Did you ever wonder where that came from? That would come from the slaves that were here in America under French rule. I think certain people say, oh yeah, it's all about the 13 colonies. It's not, because actually you didn't get to 13 colonies on the United States until the Louisiana Purchase, which actually would predate the ending of slavery in America. So that means what happened to the slaves? Oh man, yeah, you ain't gonna disrupt my family tree. They're from America, jackass. So if you would like to go educate yourself about American history and the different parts of slavery that have happened in America, you could go read that for yourself and have it at your leisure, so you don't ever have to worry about when somebody says this again and then you might have some weirdo freak out. It's amazing, you know, because this is just simply American history. You don't need like, oh, I need to travel all over the world to go see it, but you could touch every continent, but didn't know what the hell happened here. But again, like I said, I think that the goalpost has been moved from what I actually said to Latino because of this little part here. Let me take my glasses off so I can take a gander at this. The Maroons. Oh, man, you know, that's funny because at the time when all of this went on and I said what I said, explaining this, American Maroon by Tariq Nasheed had yet to come out. Now that the movies came out, I went from talking about these people to all of a sudden claiming that I'm Latino. Funny how that happens. Under the Maroons. For most people living in bondage, however, the only way to control their own lives was to run away from their masters on American soil. Enslaved Indians and Africans found opportunities to slip away from their owners temporarily or permanently into the cypress swamps. Let me read that again. Enslaved Indians, meaning the black ones, and Africans, meaning the boated in ones, found opportunities to slip away from their owners temporarily or permanently into the cypress swamps. These escapees were referred to as maroons, a term used throughout the Caribbean basin that was derived from the Spanish word cinnamon, which could describe either wilderness country or livestock that had run away and gone wild. Runaways could remain in maroonage, communal living in the black country, almost indefinitely, subsisting on fishing. Okay, so they're basically eating. They were fishing, shellfish, game, and occasional poached livestock from neighboring farms. Sometimes they would slip under the cover of night into plantation slave quarters for a meal. Some maroons obtained money by selling crafts to settlers in the hinterlands or cutting cypress logs and bringing them to sawmills. So for those who are hearing all of this ridiculous ranting, that's why now it's Latino and not Caribbean, because the movies now came out and she looks like a complete fool. But go read for yourself. I'm not BSing you. It's in the description of this. It's in the description right now. Travel the world and don't know what the hell happened on your own land. And they're going to describe my lineage. Oh no. And now, this is what's so crazy. Doing the whole, let me find a way to bait you into beefing with a woman online. We can settle this any way you want to. You know what that is? We can handle this like men, or we can get into some gangster shit. Oh, bitter and traveled. How that must suck. Don't you talk about me again. Yeah, see, I'm a gangster. Yeah, that's right. See, now you're talking about me, huh? Well, you're harassing me. You don't actually know where I am. Why would you harass me? Because you don't care. Pay me some attention. Oh, I don't know. Man, y'all gonna be hearing this woman going off. She's about to be melting down in these spaces. Why would somebody care about what I'm talking about? That should be one of the things that y'all need to put this in perspective. What is she mad at? Are you coming over here trying to jump out the window for someone else who is already messy? Oh my God. Hey man, why don't y'all find something productive and positive to do? Put out some content that actually enlightens somebody. Instead of always going around starting to start trouble with people and have people crashing out over you over something that ain't even true. Oh, you said Judah said, I remember a space she had some years ago and kicked me out of it. No, I bet she did. Mm-hmm. So I want you to understand how FBA I really am, how Freedman I really am. I was telling you this before before the Tariq Nasheed's movie came out. How would I know? Because that's literally my family's story. Does that sound like Afro-Latino? Jeez. And for you dudes listening to that madness, golly, I wish we had more stand-up guys out here. Number one, a female that ain't yours come bring you some nonsense about some other man. Number one, what are you getting involved in that for? That ain't your woman. And then on top of that, you only hear one side of the story. That's not thorough. I see there's enough people that have not had real life experiences that are real willing to crash out over silly shit. And it's unfortunate. But I'm going to tell you right here, I'm not from that lane. So I know a problem when I see one. That's why I stayed in my lane for the last 2 years? Because I can recognize when people have problems near them. And I told y'all, I'm out the warning business. So what I'm going to do is ride my lane. And by riding my lane, everybody who has probably got something negative out there about themselves will find their way over to me, not the other way around. So again, like I said, if I cared, but that's ridiculous. I have something I told brothers some time back when I was basically in the initiation of Operation Shutdown. Hey brothers, just let me tell you, don't divulge anything personally about anything you got going on yourself to anyone who does not have a platform to lose. There's too many people out here that would just rather hang in the wings or hang on to somebody else and not create their own space. So every time you see me with Alpha and you seen him hosted, you seen us switch off, that is both me and him curating what we wanted to do. No one else did that for us. And it didn't take us to latch on to anyone else. That is straight organic. And here's the one thing that we are known for: ending conflict. Everybody else that keeps wanting to be around this movement, for some reason, none of these people have platforms, but they're consistently going at people with platforms. Do you notice that? And we just had this win with this election, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's this madness going on and a bunch of granny ranting out here. Gangster grannies out here. And the funny thing is, if you guys really dug into your history, every last one of these individuals that have been part of the Tariq Hayden squad, a lot of them come from Clubhouse. And all were already in cahoots. Like I said, again, I honestly believe that he is well aware of who all people are. And he would have to know. So it would be wise to keep things cool with who you need to keep things cool with. Because it's not here's the thing. Even if he knew, what do you want him to do? If he knew it about you, what do you want him to do about you? Hey, that's kind of messy. And then, well, I mean, people running around here like men are their fathers. No. Your comrades. Okay? Back away and just analyze what's really happening here. This is a progressive movement, not your personal look at me stage to even have this space where it is. There's a lot of people that had to work with other folks to come together on a certain degree. Unfortunately, some of these women have created so much turmoil. That's why I have eliminated that. I blew up my chat because I recognize exactly where this issue is coming from. And I just got to sit back and do what I do. Let everybody else figure out what they need to figure out on their own time. See, the words that I'm saying right now are so truthful. I don't have to lie on anyone. I don't have to post your picture. I don't have to use a post of yours. I don't have to do none of it. Why? Because you showed yourself as a messy, angry, questionably deranged individual. There's another part. Because people do this thing, and this is a very weird projection. I got a story of, the whole, crackhead. This, yeah. Okay. Never done it in my life. However, that sounds like a projection. And so I could just simply say, family, use that as a warning. Avoid that narcotic, because insecurities might have you project the truth about yourself out there in public when you just simply didn't have to. So now that you know you're wrong, and now everybody can see that you're a liar. Hope you got what you were looking for. And for everybody else who knows that this woman is crazy, I would like to thank you for tuning in to the weekly wrap up. And now we are about to get to the topic at hand.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Tick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true God. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. So, where things should be focused on the true task at hand. And right now we're talking about the Joe Biden fallout, the pardon of his son, and how people are addressing that or trying not to address it. It's, for me, and I think a lot of us, especially in the grassroots, we're not looking at, what Trump had 34 felonies in this that you guys put on him. No, we don't give a damn about that. What we're looking at is the fact that this man literally targeted Black Americans for the exact same thing he pardoned his son for. Black families have been decimated from this guy. And so to act like, to see Black folks caping for this dude is sickening. You understand what I'm saying? You destroyed Black lives. That's janky as hell. So again, how we started, let's go ahead and get this show on the road by hearing this dirtbag himself tell you why. And also there's something he's going to say at the very end of this that y'all really need to listen to.
Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
After self-admittingly creating the problem. Do you understand supremacy? These parties are 2 wings of the same bird, and he just told you we created them. Salute to the 91 million people who stayed on. You made the couch a thing. Salute, salute, salute to you. Anybody caping for this man is out their mind. Whoopi Goldberg, you are ridiculous. Ridiculous. And Amanda Seals caught major flack, over what she said to Kamala Harris. And, I think Amanda Seals saw what the truth was early and recognized, I think I might just back on out. And maybe that was the right and wise thing for her to do. However, with this particular video clip I'm about to play, I think the visuals are just a little bit over the top.
I just can't get past watching Whoopi defend Joe Biden like he's like some good man. That's so weird. No presidents are good people. Not of the United States. Not even Barack. Oh no! Not even Barack, baby. It's like it's just not it's just not really the thing.
She even took the shot at Obama. My, how things have changed quickly, huh? Brutal. That's funny to me. I mean, and yeah, not the coupon clipping. Man, she over there. Come on. She was trying to look extra black. Oh boy. Amanda, be careful that you don't end up looking like the Congressional Black Caucus and Nancy Pelosi, because that's borderline. That is, is that the hey big head back to black folks? Y'all don't forget, I was Afrocentric too. I was Negroes. This is getting funny. What can you say? This is really, really getting funny. Speaking of funny, where are you? Let's see where we at. They got old Corinne Shea Pierre. They got her in such a bad predicament. She got to just toe the line and lie. Okay, there it is. Okay. Hold on real quick. Nah, this way. Okay. Okay, just a second, baby. Just a second. Get this in here. There we go. All right. Oh, y'all keep saying, okay, wait a minute. Why can't y'all hear? Hold on. Okay, let me. That's weird. And now I see now. Y'all didn't hear none of that. Okay, straighten out. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but okay. So let's go back here. All right.
I think it's important.
Now y'all should be able to hear.
That the president believes in the justice system, except in some cases.
He believes in the justice system. He believes the facts are. Obviously, I talked about the gun charges, what legal experts have said, former prosecutors have all agreed virtually no one would be criminally prosecuted for underlying factors of Hunter's case. I talked about the gun charges. I talked about the taxes, the tax cases. And there are other factors here, what Republicans have said, as they weren't going to let up. I talked about the upcoming sentencing and what Hunter and his family have been through. I talked about the appointees by the incoming president on law enforcement positions. And he wrestled with it. He did. And I also talked about what Jim Clyburn said. So you're asking me about an apology, but Jim Clyburn said himself in a conversation that he had with the president just 2 weeks ago, the president said the president was reticent when he encouraged the president. When he himself, Jim Clyburn, encouraged the president to move forward with it, Congressman Clyburn, the president, responded to him by saying he was reticent. And so this was not an easy decision. It wasn't. It wasn't an easy decision. It was a lot of circumstances here. And we can't pass over what legal experts and former U.S. attorneys have said on this, and across the country, they've all basically agreed virtually. No one would be criminally prosecuted with felony offenses with these facts. And I have gone through the two important underlying facts of the.
It's unprecedented for an 11-year immunity. And so nobody attached to these potential crimes will be prosecuted. Why would they go back so far? Because for all of the other people who might be implicated all the way, or in some of these different periods and time frames, why are they getting to skate justice? So yeah, we all hear the way you were trying to spin it, Corinne. Here's the problem. That still don't make no sense. Because at the end of the day, you still have all of these other individuals who are attached to these potential crimes that have not yet even had charges or investigations, as far as I know, brought up. So why would you do this? Is almost an admission of guilt by way of the pardon. I think that Congress needs to probably take a look at the investigation and all of this that goes along with this pardon. What are you looking at that you're pardoning. That's a fair assumption. I'm not saying spend all your time going on a witch hunt to impeach a former already ousted president. No, but I think the American people should know just exactly how corrupt this administration truly was. Because we hear all of the people who love the Democrats say the same thing about the Republicans and Donald Trump. I just want to have it fair, because once we have a fair, even playing field of conversation and dialogue, now we can actually start getting tangibles. But they keep trying to play, keep us on the teeter-totter. And right now, we showing the world that no, we actually don't have to be on the teeter-totter. Some of us are just going to stay put on the couch.
Cases. And, I just don't have anything beyond that to add or to say. I've laid out our thought process. The president has laid out his thought process.
I bet you don't. Key Prince in the building. Sleepy Joe definitely was involved. You already know. You already know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. Yes, indeed. And we got our good bro, Crew Reality brand niggas in the building. What's going on? Got your sound? So yeah, man, y'all can hear what she talking about. Jeez, man. Thank you for being here, man, and thank you for being a member. And one who cares in the building as well with the laughing emojis. Thank you for being here on this good old Saturday afternoon. And we got Scylla T in the building, Jersey City, late but here. Yes, indeed. You said B2. I think you meant B1, but I got you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No, I did get you antithesis, I think. And salute to you. So let's see. We got some more here. Let's see. So let's go here.
Nothing has changed. Can I ask a question? Do you all think that Merrick Garland?
You just sound right. There we go.
Should be fired because of this corruption at the DOJ?
Again, I don't think there's corruption at the DOJ. I think the concern is the future DOJ is going to be corrupted.
Attorney General should be held accountable, no?
These charges were trumped up because his name is Hunter Biden.
But wouldn't you, if you were the president, would you believe the attorney general?
Let's consult our legal expert at the desk.
If you thought there was, if you thought there was corruption.
Scott Jennings has been lighting them up, man. He has been tearing them up here lately, and it's funny to watch, because now that the propaganda has taken such an L, they are beside themselves. You know what I mean? Here's some more. He didn't undermine the justice system.
To Scott's point, I mean, wasn't it a lie? I mean, you can defend it, but wasn't it a lie that he was not going to pardon him?
No, I believe the circumstances have changed. I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished. And Hunter Biden lied about his drug use on a government forum when he was buying a gun. And he failed to file and pay taxes when he was a drug addict. He paid back those taxes with interest. Donald Trump himself was indicted for 17 counts of criminal tax fraud, more than Hunter, and he's going to be the president of the United
11
States.
years.
So
you're missing a few things here. 11 years, full and unconditional pardon.
11 years, full unconditional pardon. Oh my Lord. That's crazy, man. We Next, aka Dark Skin Brother, has gifted a membership. Salute to you, my good brother. Thank you for doing so. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and that's 2 memberships, it looks like. So I appreciate you, my good brother. There is another. So for those who are the recipients of these good memberships, I appreciate it. That's Moonrise. Okay. And Tia to you. Yes, indeed, my moderator. So salute to Dark Skin Brother for we Next, aka Dark Skin Brother, for the gifted memberships. Man, appreciate it. Again, peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, thank you for being a member as well. You know. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Okay. I think this is okay. Yeah. You just make sure it is. It's the exact same joint. All right. So moving on to the other part of it. You know, they have complained an awful lot about, mass deportations. The root has came out, April Ryan. And I'm sure you got a lot of y'all have seen her, or the Griot rather, not the root, the Griot. She's coming out, and she's not the only one. There's a few of these different, these few different publications or talking heads that are always out here saying how, man, mass deportation would be terrible for Black America. No, mass deportation has absolutely nothing to do with Black America other than cleaning up and freeing up our neighborhoods from all of these illegals that you have let in here. And with that, I have that in here. Let's get here. We're gonna talk about these folks here. Where is that at? Okay, so I just set that up. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we go. Here we go. This one is unhinged as well. She's losing her mind, man. Ugh. Come on. Of course. Now, all of a sudden, it don't want to play. As soon as I take it off the screen, it's going to start playing. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Let me just refresh this. What? Okay, let's try this.
I don't want to be bringing back waterboarding. I don't want to be a country that tortures people, especially if we're the kind of country that's going to be using the military against our own citizens. This kind of thing concerns me.
What do you mean use against our own citizens?
I'm talking about
you
sending.
Said blue states behave. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about sending the military into blue states to make them behave. Getting Gavin Newsom under control, getting JP Pritzker under control.
What are you
making
talking
sure?
About? What do you mean? Like sitting into the state capitol to commandeer the state government?
I mean, I hope not, but I'm definitely, he's definitely talked about that. I don't know why you're acting like you've never heard
the military to suppress in the Black Lives Matter era those protests in the street. He was there himself.
I just make sure I understand.
You know, it's funny because, not all the time is it Democrats, but it's a story now because it's not always Republicans. Sometimes it's actually Democrats. That's a Democratic governor that put boots on the ground. Those are soldiers you see right there, right? Yeah, governor dispatches 1,000 National Guard and cops to to battle subway crime surge. But now here they are. I don't want to live in a state where this is that. So American citizens can tolerate that because it was under Joe Biden, I guess. Is that the excuse? Yeah, I don't know. How does that sit with y'all, family?
Understand your position, but you believe Donald Trump is going to use the military to set up effectively like coups in state capitals of states that he didn't win?
I think you're taking it a step or two.
No, she said
far.
make blue states behave, and she also said round up immigrants. That's not true. Well, it's deport illegal immigrants.
Scott,
I think you
Scott, I don't know why you're acting. No. Oh, okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I mean, look. I think you're right. Let's be precise. Trump has wanted.
She got to figure out how to get around that one.
To use the military to do things domestically that actually the military is not allowed to do. I think.
Then why wasn't it a problem for Kathy Hochul? Let's see. Matter of fact, let's break away from this and we'll come back to them, because let's give you some history on New York.
Point one. I'm redeploying nearly 1,000 members of the New York State Police, MTA Police, and MTA National Guard to conduct bag checks in the city's busiest transit. You'll start seeing them at the tables, making sure that weapons are not being brought in, working in concert with our New York State Police, as well as our NYPD. Because no one heading to their job or to visit family or to go to a doctor appointment should worry that the person sitting next to them possesses a deadly weapon.
But using it against the illegals, wow, that's terrible. Now it's citizens. Oh no, they're not citizens.
That's the point that she's making.
Like what?
Like deport illegal immigrants. That is actually not a function of the military.
The military can absolutely be used to work with local officials to provide military resources, but working with other parts of the federal government and local officials. We already send the National Guard to the border.
Not against the will of the local officials or the will of the state government. We have a federalist government here.
The military is not supposed to take up arms against American citizens. Period.
Illegal immigrants are not American citizens. Are you seeing the other agenda that sitting home has disrupted? Staying on the couch has disrupted a big agenda that they were looking at. Oh, yeah, but now on a dime. That's rap. And they are concerned. All this money we invested trying to fill and flood the zone on black folks.
Not. You keep saying that. This is about illegal immigration. You all keep saying American citizens.
Well, how do we know whether the people are illegal or not?
Well, when we
know after they're shot,
we have 1.6.
Now, see, all of the scare fear mongering. So how do they know they're not? We wait till after they get shot. We've delineated. They know exactly who's who. If Ann Coulter can tell you who's not a foundational Black American, I don't know what to tell you. The matter of fact, the lady that I covered earlier in this broadcast, Ann Coulter actually posted something with her. It said, deport her. They know the difference of who we are. Cut it out.
We know after they die.
We have 1.6 million people in this country who've already
illegal immigration.
Deportation.
That's not the point.
They are here in
Trump. It's always back to illegal immigration.
What about the couch? So illegal immigration is very much important, brother. He's trying to skirt around the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is the American public absolutely worried about the economy and the border. And you know how much you heard Gaza put into that? Gaza is really not on the agenda of Black American voters. And now they are basically telling you that. They were always trying to shove Gaza in our mix. That ain't our issue. That's not our bag. That's why you don't see Black folks in heavy droves at these Palestinian events. That's they folks. And if you see anybody else, they'll be like immigrant Muslims, not us. Just saying. You're sore.
That's not the only thing that we're talking about here. We're talking about the American people. We're talking about taking up arms against them with a military that's supposed to be protecting.
This is not right. You cannot say Donald Trump is sending the military to
We
round
didn't
up.
say That's what he said.
Okay, brother. Just for clarity's sake. So there's exactly what was referred to about using all of those different branches, but that is actually putting them on citizens. This, what we're referring to, is removing non-citizens, the non-legal individuals who are here, the illegal aliens, if you will. Those people, those criminals need to be sent back to where they belong. Simple as that.
That's what he said. That's not what I'm saying.
Totally false.
He said that.
Totally false.
That's what he said.
Scott, Trump.
He ain't never said he was using that against citizens.
What is your dispute here? I'm not even really
because they're
understanding
saying that he's sending the military to shoot or round up American citizens. Not
we did not
true.
say shoot.
I think
people,
the issue.
Scott.
The issue.
You said take. He just said take up arms.
I said
Scott, why are you acting like Donald Trump
let me
has
ask
no
Elliot
say
here. I mean,
look, I did say take up arms because when you send the army in, that's what they're there for.
Elliot.
Okay. And so what I want to know is, why was that not any kind of the same issue when we already seen it play out in New York City? That's the Big Apple. I think it being in New York would be pretty major, right? That'd be safe guess. So I find it very interesting that now all of a sudden we're worried about having these people, but they keep mixing words and they keep trying to tell you it is somehow tied to it's somehow tied to us, because again, I don't want to live in this where they're waterboarding people. Folks, when it come around to police and us, they're good with it. But putting this force on illegal aliens, they're saying all of a sudden this would affect us. Well, there was zero effect on us with this, I guess, when you were happy to have it done under Joe Biden. See, I don't want to play that game, and I don't want to find ourselves making ourselves susceptible to their BS. Matter of fact, there's some more about that. Let me get this in here.
Joining us now. Okay, so the National Guard shows up, a highly unusual situation in the New York subway. What can they do? Are they there as a presence? Or can they actually do some effective law enforcement if they're called?
Well, guns, but that's about all they can do. They'll do the bag checks. Now, why are the bag checks useful? They may come up with a gun in a bag, a knife in a bag for someone who wasn't expecting to get caught in a bag check. But most of the crooks I know don't carry their gun or their knife in their bag. They're not going to be able to chase criminals. They're not going to be making arrests. If somebody runs up to them and said, I just got robbed and he went that way, they're probably not going to chase him, because if they catch him, they don't know what to do.
That's very interesting. So they're going to be used as an intimidating presence. So what is the harm of this exact same tactic being used to remove illegals? Because here's the one thing they can do is they can then act under the guise of the illegal situation, under the guise of ICE. So they know what they're looking for, who they're detaining, how they're detaining. So it's even more efficient than putting these the National Coast Guard or the National Guard in the subway. So you could easily do it, and it would be more efficient being done at the border or in these New York City for one. I mean, okay, prime example. And do y'all remember when that was being done, that they were also saying how they were not checking people's statuses? So they're going to check your bags for weapons, but they're not going to check to see if people were legal. That's what we got under the Democrats.
And they don't really know the system. So a lot of this is the scarecrow effect, but it might make some people feel better and make some people feel apprehensive seeing soldiers in the subway.
Right. You seeing these sort of like the army has come in with their guns and you're wondering what the heck is going on.
It's like one of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like what happened for this to occur if you haven't been keeping up with all that's been going on. I'm curious what the NYPD thinks of the National Guard coming in, because as you say, if they cannot do any effective law enforcement, they are just a deterrent, then the people that they will have to call is the NYPD, correct?
Right. So there's perception and there's reality, but perception is reality. If you're a subway rider,
right.
If you don't feel safe, you're not safe.
What? That's a very weird justification. Interesting enough how he put that in there. Was this in reference to Jordan Neely? Well, to make that reference just speaks to, are you caping for Daniel Penny even in this instance? While saying it makes sense. Well, when you're on the subway and you don't feel safe, you're not safe. What? I don't think that's how that works.
Crime is actually lower than it was before the pandemic. The grand larceny numbers, that's somebody taking somebody's phone or stealing a sleeping passenger's wallet out of a bag, that's up, I think, 13%. Right. But the percentages sound like crime is up. The numbers are actually very small. You've got a system with 3 million people in it, and the crimes are in the hundreds, not the thousands. If there was a city of 3 million that had these crime numbers, they'd be one of the safest cities in the country. It's the disorder. It's the guy sitting next.
It's the what? The disorder? Y'all hearing the subtle things being said for New Yorkers who might potentially be on the Daniel Penny jury to hear? He's giving the justification that if you are one of those people who, and I know these folks, see a situation across the street, may come to you and say, man, I was almost jumped. We have those type of individuals out here. So these people could potentially be on this jury, and this guy is justifying the things going on in the subway based off, because, okay, so there's two instances. The brother who had to jab dude up to defend his woman, and then Daniel Perry cowardly deleting Jordan Neely. And so now he's trying to use this line where, if they're not safe, they don't feel safe, they're not safe. He's low-key encouraging vigilantism. While over here, like, this is the intimidation. So who are you looking to intimidate?
Next to you on the.
You don't know who's next to you on the train. They might be crazy, You don't know who's by you every day. New York is a busy city. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? Well, you never know. So this was their thinking then when it came down to us. But then they want to, so don't let nobody, especially like Angel Ryan, come out here and tell you that it might be bad for us. And the reason why you're seeing the Angel Ryans come out here with the griot little piece is because we're already seeing right now over in UK, and I'm sure obviously it must be spreading even over to the continent, that Nigerians are not getting visas to come here anymore. They're being denied. And I would imagine you'll start hearing more and more of these type of situations where you're just going to find out that these people, are worried. Deportation is imminent. These folks are worried. It's going to affect black people. No, it ain't. So the Congressional Black Caucus chair that just went out, Horford, he just left. And now they got the new one. She is, I believe, also she's the same woman that is the head of the Caribbean Caucus, co-chair anyway. And now they put her over the Congressional Black Caucus. Family, family, family. We have an assignment and we have to address this Congressional Black Caucus about doing something for us and exclusively for us and getting the brown black language out of the lexicon when it comes down to things regarding us. And we'll see. I would say we're going to see pushback on that, of course, but nonetheless, that is the order of the day. I believe we should be doing that. Devin Haley, happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. And so I believe that is what I really wanted to play y'all on that. And so, where is this? Where is this? Just hold on a second. There's one last thing I got to do. And I've been meaning to get to this. There you are. There you are. Get this in the studio. So we are. All right, we'll get this in here. And we are about to get up out of here after this. I'm going to get it. There we are. There's a lot of jilted tethers. Yeah, a lot of jilted tethers. And again, I believe they are looking at being deported. And I think some of the females that, they believe that I guess they're hiding. Like, oh yeah, I'll be able to just do my hair this way or wear these type of wigs, and then I'll be able to blend in with the bunch and just kind of hide. But, as you guys are well aware that we have introduced a new segment here on the beatzillapdx official channel. And without further ado, we're going to close out this broadcast with this segment of
Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a fuck what happens to any black man on this app, including being shot in the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care, because these are the same men that said that they're not going to vote for a black woman unless they get child support forgiveness. We need to understand that black men ask for people to not take their lives seriously, to not care if someone unjustly shoots them or uses like excessive force on them. They told us that they don't give a fuck about none of that. All they care about is child support forgiveness. So I don't give a fuck if there's a story of a black man hanging from a tree or anything else at this point. I don't care anymore. I care about what's happening to black women, but not black men. Because again, these are the same men that said they don't give a fuck about anything else but child support forgiveness. Stop showing them.
First off, I perceive that you really don't actually care about black men in the first place. So to act like you're making the announcement that I am not gonna give a rat's ass about a black man getting smoked out here by the police. Oh no, because I'm a black woman and obviously I can't meet the same demise as this black man. These type of videos scream tether because they have this belief that they have the ability to sit on the sidelines because a foundational black American freedman woman would know the real deal. And so when you don't understand how supremacy works, you believe that you have allies out elsewhere. Well, I'm just gonna, because black women are being harmed. Number one, sweetheart, black men did not sit this out because they didn't want to vote for a black woman, because there was no black woman in this election. And you have to respect the fact that nobody saw her as connected to the culture. And that's one of the biggest things that I think these tethers have lost. Because they're under the assumption all of us just do the flat blackness thing. And since we don't, and since we won't, a lot of them have kind of lost their minds, you know? Let's see. Where's it? Oh. Somebody believe but there's a video of one of the people who was on the Kamala's, the DNC, I guess, team or whatever, and admit that she had a huge issue because Black America just simply doesn't see her as Black. And we said it over and over and over again. So people that have this weird tie to lying and just want to believe whatever they believe. Oh no, you didn't vote for her because she's a Black woman. She's not Black. Oh yes, she is. Her father is. Now, see, what you need to actually deal with is the truth of the matter that I believe and I perceive she's not Black. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, there are people who they'll stick with the lie, and the Democrats said it. But check this guy out.
I think some communities of color didn't necessarily see her as a part of the community for a variety of reasons. And I think gender might have just been the tip of the iceberg in some cases.
Simple as that. So understand this, for all of you people who thought that you were going to be able to stay here and continue to be disrespectful to the Black Americans that actually allowed you to get here. Now the reality of that fact is coming to slap you in your face and give you a ticket to gate B. You are on Deportation Airlines. Deportation Airlines, all your fine deportation needs. We have a sack lunch and a juice box for you. Now buckle up and hashtag fire up the jet.
Happy birthday, we're celebrating you today. Like Dr. King holiday, we ain't gonna do any work today. Happy birthday today, it's your beautiful day. And we gonna party all day, like it's a freaking holiday.
Ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We had a nice time today. I thank you for tuning in. I see some folks over here. I see some folks on X. And you know, there's probably some people hate watching right now, and that's okay, because you know, hate watchers are viewers too. So if you're hating and you're disgruntled that, wow, he actually pulled out some facts, and all I could do is scream and yell at my phone. And at the end of the day, absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. However, you got to understand where sometimes there are things and mess can pop up anywhere in movements, in most inopportune time to be messy. And people be holding grudges. And then people get older and then they just get bitter. And then some people just like, I want to find something to hate on, even if I don't even know why I don't like this guy. Well, growing up in the Black church, it affords you to see a lot. And being a musician since the age of 3, I've seen so many different personalities, because I was at a church that was one of the more progressive and very much known musically. So I saw a lot. You see people who trying to come get on. You see people who are trying to start their careers. For some, it actually definitely has benefited. But, you know, you see all types of personalities. So knowing and spotting a problem early is something I kind of get hip to. And I see red flags and do not ignore them early. And so I just want to play this last little clip for you as I close, because we already are in the closing, but I wanted to wait just to play this, because some of you might still be in attendance at church. And I just want to just let you know what the inner beefing spirit looks like when there's a person who lacks the inner self-control to say, this ain't the place for this. So without further ado, understand the spirit of messiness. When it strikes hard.
Rashida, you doing too much. You are doing entirely too much. We are in the middle of praise and worship, and I don't know what has gotten into you, but this is too much. This is too much what you're doing. So slow down, get on the beat, do what you're supposed to do. This is praise and worship.
First of all, what I'm supposed to do.
Hold up. No. No. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't mind. I don't care that it's live. I don't care that it's live. I don't care that it's live. No. I don't care that this is live. No. I don't care that this is live. I don't care that this is live. No. Because I didn't forgive you for what you did. I didn't forgive you for what you did as sons and daughters. I didn't forgive you for what you did as sons and daughters. You should have listened. And I don't have to forgive you. I don't have to forgive you. No, I don't have to forgive you. I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to.
Nigel, get back in here. You're not going to forgive me?
No, I'm not going to forgive you. No, I'm not going to forgive you.
Clearly you can't forgive me.
Wait. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Bishop, I can't forgive her for what she did.
I don't know why you spoke.
I cannot forgive her.
That's what the word says.
It doesn't matter.
What you have to understand is there are just certain people who gonna take that demon everywhere they go. And y'all might say I'm being harsh when I have to call out people who are trying to have other people crash out and melt down over their own foolishness, their own betrayal, their own backbiting ways, their own backstabbing, always trying to get this person against that person type of behavior. And y'all say, man, that ain't right because I like her. That there is the art of manipulation. Some people in the churches have labeled that the Jezebel spirit. And you may disagree, but I speak for myself. Beatzillapdx official. The Beatzillapdx official show. Those of you in the chat, the grassroots, and the voices of new black media, we would all say, think clearly and avoid that narcotic. Because I'm safe to say, I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. And remember, I don't have to be brought up for nothing, but if you do, just know.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yes. Thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Beatzillapdx official show. This has been the weekly wrap up. And you know. Oh man. You know, I'm sure. So look, make sure you check all your ex posts. I'm sure I'll be tagged in something pretty soon here because, you know, Granny Meltdown is going to be on the tear. Oh my God. Think of this. You're watching this close and I'm not mentioning your name, but you're feeling subbed. Why are you watching me? What in the stalker type, jealous, envious behavior is that? Oh man, you know, it kind of reminds me of that manager that had that one artist that they managed. They was like the president of the fan club. Oh, Selena. So, family, y'all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you can definitely do so by way of Cash App, $beatzillapdx. And we also have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. And as far as all of these other people who are coming around, you might want to do a paperwork check. And also, here's just for good measure, start asking folks about their foundational Black American freedman childhood. Just a thought. Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, y'all keep y'all 3 smooth stones at the ready and your slingshot nearby. Yeesh. You understand me? Because you have to stay black. You have to stay vigilant. And we absolutely have to stay alive together. Black first. Black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Peace.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay. We cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.